Camera 1, Camera 2. Little Shop of Wall Street has a 0.1 beta release out on itch.io last week. This video's late. Let's talk about what I did with it and what I learned. And so this is the 0.1 release of Little Shop of Wall Street. We're going to walk through it here. So if you want to play what we're doing here, it's at davidwest.itch.io/Little Shop of Wall Street with hyphens instead of spaces. The link is down in the description below, so take a look there. And you're going to load it up in the web browser, and you can actually click Run Game and play it right there, because that's the first feature we're going to talk about, is the fact that we now have Windows, Linux, and web versions. So I released them at the same time. So the code is only deployed if all three versions are working. So that's part of my continuous deployment strategy that I've set up for DevOps, or with my DevOps strategy, which sounds a lot fancier than it really is, but it's just really automated releases. And as long as all three of them actually compile and build and are completed, they get deployed at the same time. So all of them are kept in sync. So that's the first kind of cool thing. In any case, here we are with Little Shop of Wall Street 0.1. And here's the cool new feature. If I click maximize, boom, it gets really big. That's fantastic. No longer are we constrained to that little box. Now you can see all of the imperfections and the fact that it was really designed for a much smaller resolution. I still prefer having a full screen version like this, or a large screen version at least, or make it adjustable for the user to especially something this small. So other than maximizing the window, which I know is really fancy, along with a Windows, Linux, and web version, which to be fair is pretty cool, we also have gameplay features, and that's actually what you came here for. So first things first, you can see here, it's all mouse-based controls. So that's one of the things I've implemented. I think I talked about that in the last devlog. In any case, now we have mouse-based control. You don't need the keyboard to actually do anything. But you can go over here, I can click on the computer, which was previously broken, and bam, you actually have a working stock market. So it actually has seated prices here. You start with $1,000. There's, like I said, there's actually a gain here. And I'm going to buy a ton of the DW stocks because those are the ones that I think are the best. Oh, I only have $100, not $1,000. That's my mistake. Let's just go all in on DW. I'm out of money. End for the day. And we got to check that stock market. Well, DW Inc. is now worth -$5. That bodes ill. As you can see, this is a beta. It works, but it's not 100% great. So we're just going to sell all these. And I can't even sell them because that would cost me money to sell them. That's bad. But you get the idea. There is actually a working stock market. The big important thing here is the prices actually adjusted, and they adjust with every turn. So there is sort of a simulated basic stock market, which was supposed to be in the game jam, but it just took a lot longer to work out. So that's awesome. So outside of those core gameplay features, the rebalancing, the computer actually working, if I go off here and die, you can see actually the gameplay freezes. The mouse still actually works, but everything else actually kind of freezes up. You can't just keep clicking and doing stuff and things deactivate. Oh, the plant doesn't. There's a bug. But for the most part, it's just I'm trying to lock some stuff down. So it feels like a little bit more of a complete game experience than it was with the Game Jam. Not by much, by any stretch, but it definitely is an improvement. So the most important thing I've learned out of this is that my prototyping process, this took me way too long. I got called out by my colleagues over at the Western Devs. Thank you, Western Devs. And I need to do this faster. I need to get these out there sooner. I need other people to play them and give me feedback. I need to shorten my feedback loop. This is a side gig for me. I'm not special. There's a lot of people that do this as a side gig. This is how they get started. But the key thing here is I need to figure out how to get that out faster and how to not necessarily scale myself up, because I can't do that. I'm solo. But how do I get something done faster to fail faster? It's a whole mantra from Agile and startup culture and the whole thing. But how do I fail faster so I can move on to the next one? With respect to a game jam, I might exempt myself from sound and art, but I think game jams are a great space to push yourself into uncomfortable spaces to try something new. And I think game sound or game art, sound, and music are something that I should really tinker with a lot more, and a game jam might be the right space for that. But that's for a whole other video or talk or something like that. Another important thing is the value of reusability and automation. I've leveraged that using my DevOps skills and my knowledge and getting some help from the Western devs. Thanks again, Dylan and Kyle. Mainly Kyle. The whole idea here is the automation that I've done here for Godot with continuous integration and deployment, I can reuse for every project that I want to use for Godot. And now that I understand how it works, I can debug it. It needs some improvement with the new release of Godot 3.2.2. There's some stuff that needs to be done, but I can template this and it's gonna get me moving faster and get me down the road of releasing stuff faster, so I don't have to worry about the actual deployment aspect anymore than the first one. Once it's done forever. So that was a good thing, but it was a huge time sink. So it's a trade-off, I guess. It was a good distraction at least. And that's gonna wrap it up. So thanks for watching. This is a bit of a different video style. This is a new camera here and my old camera here, but I'm trying something a bit different to try to get these videos done faster and quicker, and we'll see how it goes, because I like doing the videos, but I don't want them to deter me from the video game. And so we'll see how that goes. We'll see if this experiment worked. And let me know in the comments what you thought of the video, and also just what you thought of the game if you played it, or what you'd like to see me experiment with if you have some ideas of where the game could go or anything like that. Feel free to drop me a line down in the comment section. It'd always be appreciated. And in the meantime, have yourself a pleasant day and or evening, and take care. Downloading it, downloading it, downloading the game because I wasn't prepared enough. Bop.